Ever watched a movie with robots doing cool stuff? Like scarily smart stuff? That's AI, kind of. It's basically computers thinking like us, but not in a creepy way mostly. Think of it as giving computers a brain boost. They learn, they adapt, they even try to predict what you want next. It's like when Netflix suggests a show you end up loving, or when Spotify nails your new jam. That's AI working its magic, making your life easier and more fun. So yeah, AI is pretty awesome. But don't worry, it's not here to steal your job yet. It's more like a super smart sidekick, here to help us navigate this crazy thing called life. AI stands for artificial intelligence. Basically, it means making computers smart. Think of it like this. Humans are naturally intelligent, right? We learn, we solve problems, we even write hilarious TV shows. At least I try to. AI is about giving computers some of that same brain power. It's like teaching them to think for themselves, but instead of textbooks, they use data. Lots and lots of data. But don't worry, you don't need to be a tech genius to understand AI. Just think of it as a way to make computers do more of the thinking for us, so we can focus on the fun stuff. You know that fancy phone you're obsessed with? The one you can't live without for like 5 minutes? Yeah, that's powered by AI. No, really. From the facial recognition that unlocks your phone, to the voice assistant that sets your alarms and sometimes tells you jokes, AI is everywhere in your digital life. And it's not just your phone. Think social media feeds that show you posts you actually care about, or shopping websites that recommend things you actually want to buy. That's AI, working behind the scenes to make your life a little bit easier and more personalized. Okay, so AI is cool and all, but what's it actually good for? Turns out a lot. Like, remember those times you wished you had a personal assistant to handle all the boring stuff? Well, AI is kind of like that. It's already being used in healthcare to diagnose diseases faster and more accurately. It's helping us develop self-driving cars. No more road rage. And it's even being used to create personalized learning experiences for students. No more falling asleep in class. So, yeah, AI is not just about robots taking over the world, though that's still a possibility, but we'll get to that later. It's about using technology to solve real-world problems and make our lives better. The future is now, or at least pretty soon. Remember those sci-fi movies where robots are our best friends, or our worst enemies? Well, the future of AI is kind of like that. Full of possibilities, both amazing and maybe a little terrifying. Imagine a world where AI helps us cure diseases, reverse climate change, and even explore the vast unknown of space. Sounds pretty awesome, right? But with great power comes great responsibility. Thanks, Spider-Man. As AI gets smarter, we need to make sure we're using it for good and not creating some kind of dystopian nightmare. You know, like the one where robots enslave humanity? Yeah, let's avoid that. AI friend or foe? Spoiler, probably a friend. But let's dive deeper into this intriguing question. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. Is AI going to turn against us and take over the world? This fear is not new and has been fueled by countless movies and books. It's a valid question, especially with all those movies about killer robots running around. These stories capture our imagination and play on our deepest fears. But honestly, AI is a tool. Just like a wrench or a smartphone, it doesn't have intentions of its own. And like any tool, it can be used for good or bad. A double-edged sword, if you will. It all depends on the wielder. It's up to us, the humans, to make sure we're developing AI responsibly and ethically. This means setting guidelines, having discussions, and making informed decisions. Think of it this way. Fire can keep you warm, or it can burn down your house. The same principle applies to AI. It all depends on how you use it. Same with AI. We need to handle it with care and balance its potential with caution. It has the potential to be an amazing force for good in the world, from revolutionizing healthcare to aiding in disaster recovery. But we need to be careful and thoughtful about how we develop and use it. The future of AI is in our hands, and it's up to us to steer it in the right direction. By working together, setting ethical standards, and continuously learning, we can ensure that AI remains a friend, not a foe. Okay, but what about robots taking over? Let's be real. The thought of robots taking over the world is a little freaky. It's a scenario straight out of a sci-fi movie, and it's easy to let our imaginations run wild. But remember, AI is still in its early stages. We're not anywhere near creating a sentient being that can outthink or outmaneuver humans on a global scale. It's like a toddler learning to walk. It can take a few steps, maybe even say a few words, but it's not about to run a marathon or write a novel yet. Just like a child, AI needs time to grow, learn, and develop. The key is to make sure we're developing AI with safety and ethics in mind. This means setting boundaries and guidelines to ensure that AI systems are used responsibly and for the benefit of all. We need to teach it our values, our morals, and maybe even our sense of humor so it doesn't accidentally tell a bad joke at a funeral. This involves a lot of work in programming and constant monitoring to make sure AI aligns with human principles. It's a work in progress, But the good news is that there are a lot of smart people working on it. Researchers, engineers, and ethicists are all collaborating to create AI that can assist us without posing a threat. And hopefully, with a little bit of luck and a lot of careful planning, we can avoid the whole robot apocalypse scenario. By staying vigilant and proactive, we can harness the power of AI to improve our lives while keeping potential risks in check. So, while the idea of robots taking over might make for an exciting story, the reality is that we're working hard to ensure a future where humans and robots coexist harmoniously. It's a journey, and we're just at the beginning. And it's not just for geniuses anymore. AI might seem complicated, but it's becoming more and more accessible every day. From our smartphones to our homes, AI is integrating into our daily lives in ways we might not even realize. You don't need to be a tech genius or a coding whiz to understand the basics and start using AI in your everyday life. Whether it's asking your voice assistant for the weather or using smart devices to control your home, AI is here to help. There are tons of resources available online, from free courses to fun videos, that can teach you everything you need to know. Websites, apps, and online communities are dedicated to making AI education accessible to everyone, regardless of their background. And who knows, maybe you'll even be inspired to create the next big AI breakthrough. The tools and knowledge are at your fingertips, waiting for you to explore and innovate. The future of AI is exciting, and it's up to all of us to shape it. From healthcare to entertainment, AI has the potential to revolutionize every industry, and your contribution could be a part of that transformation. So go forth, embrace the robots, but maybe not literally, and let's see what amazing things we can create together. The journey of AI is just beginning, and there's a place for everyone in this incredible adventure.